Are you a fan of the bourbon sour but are looking to switch things up? Well, you're in luck because we have 3 bourbon sour variations that you're absolutely going to love. Welcome to Cocktail Limelight. I'm your host, Erick Castro, and today we're going to be exploring 3 variations of the bourbon sour that I feel are criminally overlooked. The first drink that we're going to be making is called the DINAH cocktail, and it's a combination of spirit, citrus, sugar, and mint that kind of puts it in the same realm as the south side of the mojito. And just like those drinks, this drink is delicious and refreshing and herbaceous. This drink always seemed a bit odd to me because it's largely unknown, even though I first encountered the recipe in a very popular cocktail book called The Standard Bartender's Guide, written by Patrick Gavin Duffy. And the fact that it largely remains unknown is a damn shame because this drink is really good. I mean, really good. It's super simple to make, and really, it's just kind of a classic bourbon sour, but with the addition of mint. I think the reason why it's not more popular is because the name DINAH cocktail doesn't really tell you anything about the drink. In fact, this cocktail almost made it onto one of our episodes of amazing cocktails with stupid names. But I think calling the name stupid is a bit harsh. It's not really stupid, it's just, as I mentioned, it doesn't tell you anything about the drink. But I think once you try it, you're gonna realize that this drink has been overlooked for far too long. But first, let's make one. First, we're gonna start out with a handful of mint, which is generally about 12 to 15 mint leaves. Give them a good smack, drop it in there. Next, we're gonna do 3/4 ounce lemon juice. Follow it up with 3/4 ounce of simple syrup. And it wouldn't be a DINAH cocktail without 2 ounces of bourbon. Now we're gonna go ahead and add some ice to this tin and give it a good shake. We're about to strain this into a chilled coupe. And since there's so many funky bits of mint in there, we kind of want to make sure that they don't get in your teeth and stuff when you're trying to enjoy your cocktail. We're gonna run this through a fine strainer. And now the drink is looking very attractive and tasty, we're gonna hit it with a spanked mint leaf. And what I mean by spanking your mint is that, sure, this mint smells really good, but a little physical duress will really activate all the aromatic compounds in there to bring out the flavor of the cocktail. So let's do that. Spank it with me. By the way, those of you chuckling because I said spank it with me, I just realized afterwards that I maybe had a problem with the phrasing there. Let's taste the cocktail. Oh my God. This cocktail is incredible. 4 ingredients, absolutely delicious. You should try to make one right now. This next drink is a bourbon sour that could definitely use a bit of a spotlight, which is wild because the drink is incredibly delicious, it goes back decades, but you never ever see it on any cocktail menus. The drink itself is called the Red Raider, and I first encountered this one in an old Mr. Boston guide. I guarantee you that you already have all the ingredients you need to make it at your home because it's that easy to make. And not only that, but it's a perfect riff on the bourbon sour that is made with really easy to find and easy to source ingredients. So let's go ahead and make one now. First, we're gonna start out with 3/4 ounce lemon juice. Next, we're gonna be doing a 1/2 ounce of grenadine. Use the quality stuff, either a homemade or one that's made by a reputable brand. Really, so much of this cocktail relies on the quality of grenadine that you use, so don't use like the neon red stuff. That stuff's just gross. Now we're gonna follow that grenadine with a 1/2 ounce of Curacao triple sec. And of course, it wouldn't be a bourbon sour riff without a little bit of bourbon. So let's use 1.5 ounces of bourbon. Now let's go ahead and add some ice and shake this bad dog up. Let's go ahead and strain this bad boy over the rocks. Or in this case, a really big rock. It's got a beautiful color, gorgeous aroma. Dang, I want to drink this thing right now. But the Red Raider's still not finished because it still needs its garnish. And in this case, that garnish is a lemon wedge and also a brandy cherry. So there you have it, folks, the Red Raider. That slaps. Hashtag cocktails that slap. Now this last cocktail is called the Pineapple Blossom, and I first found it in David Embry's Fine Art of Mixing Drinks. And for the most part, it's largely just a bourbon sour, except with the addition of pineapple juice and orange bitters. Now from just hearing that, you know that the drink's gonna be delicious already. And now that I look back on it, bourbon, lemon, bitters, pineapple, I'm kind of thinking that maybe this was the drink that gave me the inspiration for the Iron Ranger, because around this time, the cocktail was actually on the happy hour menu at Polite Provision, so maybe it was just like a subconscious inspiration. But either way, the drink is delicious, and now we're gonna make one. To make the Pineapple Blossom, first we're gonna start out with 2 dashes of orange bitters, followed up with 3/4 ounce lemon juice, then 1 ounce of pineapple juice, as well as 3/4 ounce simple syrup. Now to finish this off, we're gonna add 2 ounces of good old American bourbon. Now let's go ahead and shake this cocktail up. Now let's go ahead and strain this delicious mixture over the rocks into a Collins glass. But before this cocktail goes out, we're gonna hit it with a lemon wedge for garnish. And there you have it, folks, the Pineapple Blossom. Very, very tasty, and very delicious, but more importantly, super easy to make. Well, I hope you enjoyed this trip with me, exploring obscure bourbon sours. If you like what you saw, then don't forget to muddle that like and subscribe button. And if you really want to dive deeper into the world of craft cocktails with us, don't forget to listen to Bartender Large Podcast, which I host over on iTunes, Spotify, and anywhere else where quality podcasts are found. And if any of you out there have any suggestions on what we could feature in a future episode, such as your favorite cocktail, your favorite cocktail book, or even your favorite cocktail bar, let us know down in the comments below, and who knows, maybe it'll wind up on a future episode. With that said, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and we will see you again next week.
We're gonna hit it with the spanked mint leaf.